The Wildcats of Konawaena snatched back the BIIF's D2 title last year and clawed their way into the state tournament with one of the best offenses in Hawaii. With a narrow 2-point loss in the semis to eventual champs Radford, this team is hungry to get another shot at their first Koa Trophy. And loaded with several All-Hawaii selections from a year ago, this team has a pretty good chance. But it's a long season, and they'll have to go through some tough Big Island schools to get there. This is Konawaena, and this is 16 in 16. After beating Kamehameha Hawaii for the BIIF title last fall, Konawaena took down the ILH champs Damien for their first ever win in the state tournament. Having earned All-Hawaii Division II Coach of the Year, head coach Brad Uemoto returns with a loaded Wildcat squad looking to continue what they started a year ago.
It was a big win in front of our home crowd, and it definitely created a buzz for our fans coming into this year, wanting to see us play at that level again. And so something that we're going to strive for this season.
He's been telling us we competed well in states last year, but he wants us to know that we have so much room for improvement and not to go into this season thinking we're the best and we're just going to stroll on through. So he wants us to work really hard.
Konawaena ended 2015 as the #1 offense in Division II, and going into this season, they'll only have 3 returnees. But one of them is senior wideout Kamakana Ching, who led the D2 in receiving yards and touchdown receptions. Also returning is the guy who was slinging him the ball, leading the entire state with 31 touchdowns, junior quarterback Austin Ewing.
We do have a lot of depth. We have a lot of kids filling in from the JV program, a lot of kids last season who've had quality minutes and snaps. And so, offensively, I think we're still going to be right where we were when we ended last season at that Radford game. We're going to be at that same tempo offense. We're going to try to come at you fast, and we're going to keep plays going quick. And, we're just going to try to use our speed on the perimeter and try to get our athletes out in space. In contrast to years in the past, our offensive line is actually pretty big considering where we've ever been in maybe the past 6 to 7 years. So we definitely sneak in the run. We got a good running back in Michael Laban. We hope to stay balanced, keep opponents off balance, and take what they give us.
It's awesome. I love it being that leader out there. Just because everyone we get along so good, so we all listen to each other, and no one's slacking in practice. We're always on each other's butt to go 110%. You want to be first to the water, first to that next drill, first in line, first to everything. That's how we play. Be the first one out there. It should be a lot better this season, just because I have 1 year under varsity and I know a little bit more about the pace of the game and all that stuff. We have my left slot, Maya. He was our safety last year, but we moved him over to offense. One of our players, he didn't play last year, but he's kind of has size and he's going to work at the H-back. And then our sophomore receiver is going to work on the left, and he's looking good. He has good hands, he has good height, pretty good speed.
On the flip side, the Wildcats returned 7 players on defense. And by running the same system at the JV level, the new players stepping in should have a seamless transition, despite having a new defensive coordinator.
Our new defensive coach, we run new formations. So I think that's a big, that's one of the things we have to learn more about, because we never ran that last year. And even with the things we ran last year, it's the way we position ourselves or where we have to be at certain times of the play. I think that's also what we have to work on for them. We have Philip Grace. He's a returning linebacker, and I think our defense really looks up to him. We have a couple new guys like Michael Bonagon. He got moved up last year after the JV season, and he's taking a good leadership role. So.
Definitely with Austin Santos Johnson up front. He's more of that emotional leader for us. Other than that, our defensive guys are really quiet guys. They're more example players. We want them to be aggressive up front, but definitely, disciplined.
Discipline that the Wildcats will need to make it far. After getting a taste of success in last year's state tournament, Konawaena is on the prowl for more, but their focus will have to start with winning the Big Island first.
That's going to be our first goal, is defending that BIF championship. And, for us last season, we were coming in as the runners-up, and so targets back on us. And so it changes a little bit in the sense that every time we walk into a stadium, we're going to get the best out of that opponent. But definitely, we got to focus on this island. It's going to be very competitive. And then if we are fortunate enough to get to that state tournament again, You know, our kids have a lot of experience and they've been there, and so they know what to expect. They know how the schedule works and, you know, how to travel. And so I think that works out in our favor in terms of being back there.
We just want to stay hungry every practice. We tell the boys we always remember that no matter what. Like, we will say if someone's slacking off, like, hey, those other teams in Oahu, they're working hard too. We got to work just as hard as them to be better.
Konawaena will get their first taste August 20th when they travel to Oahu to face St. Francis. Spencer Honda, ScoringLive.com.